Dear students, greetings for the day. Today we will discuss about equipments used in quantity food kitchen. Volume feeding equipments, industrial kitchen appliances. Bulk kitchen equipments are normally used in big kitchens such as in hospitals and railway caterings. The quantity of food cooked is huge in these kitchens. Since industrial kitchen appliances cater to quantity, they are preferred. Just like the normal kitchen, industrial kitchen has the same stuff with a few accessories more. But the difference is that the domestic appliances are just enough for a small number, but an industrial kitchen appliance caters to a large number. Freezers or refrigerators. An industrial kitchen requires huge freezers to store food. Sometimes, even walk-in freezers are required to keep food. The quantity cooked in large, therefore huge freezers or refrigerators are essential to store ingredients as well as food. A cold beverage making equipment is required for soft drinks. Walk-in, cold storage. Walk-ins are refrigerated compact areas where one could walk inside, and hence the name walk-in. They can be custom-made to any size suited for an operation. One could have walk-in refrigerators or freezers depending on the requirement. Certain companies are now specializing in modular shelving so that the storage of food can be as per food safety norms and HACCP. Freezer, deep freezer. Freezers are available in various sizes and are very important for any bulk cooking operation. As quantity cooking involves planning and advanced mise-en-place, one needs sample refrigerated space to store the same until it is ready for cooking. These are available in various sizes depending on the requirement. Nowadays roll-in trolley style or the ones which have shelving. Blast chilling equipment. Blast chillers and freezers are two of their most important equipment used in bulk cooking operations. When food is cooked quickly, there has to be a process where the food is allowed to cool down to a temperature below the danger zone, below 3°C. Blast chillers and freezers are the two types of equipment that are used for this purpose. These come in very handy in commercial establishments such as airline catering and cruise lines, as the food cooked needs to be frozen or chilled at a faster rate. The hot food can be chilled or frozen in less than 2 hours, thereby maintaining food safety and hygiene. Stoves. A stove is an industrial kitchen appliance used for cooking. Usually high-end stoves are used in industrial kitchen appliances. Range tops. The range is still the most important piece of cooking equipment in the kitchen, even though many of its functions have been taken by other tools, such as steamers, steam kettles, tilting skillets, and ovens. Broilers and salamanders. Broilers are sometimes called overhead broilers to avoid confusing them with grills. Overhead broilers generate heat from above. Food items are placed on a grate beneath the heat source. Broiling is a favorite way of preparing steaks, chops, chicken, and many other items. Heavy-duty broilers produce very high heat and consume vast quantities of energy. Some broilers are said to go as high as 2000 F, 1100 C, at the burner. Foods must be watched closely to avoid burning. Cooking temperature is adjusted by raising or lowering the grate that holds the food. Salamanders are small broilers used primarily for browning or glazing the tops of some items. They may also be used for broiling small quantities during off-peak hours. Salamanders are usually mounted above the range. Griddles. Griddles are flat, smooth, heated surfaces on which food is cooked directly. Pancakes, French toast, hamburgers and other meats, eggs, and many potato items are the foods most frequently cooked on a griddle. Griddles are available as separate units or as a part of a range top. Clean griddle surfaces after every use, so that they will cook at peak efficiency. Polish with a griddle stone or griddle cloth until the surface shines. Follow the grain of the metal to avoid scratching. Condition griddles after each cleaning or before each use, to create a no-stick surface and to prevent rusting. Procedure: spread a thin film of oil over the surface and heat to 400 F, 200 C. Wipe clean and repeat until griddle has a smooth, no-stick finish. Rotisserie broilers cook meats and other foods by turning them slowly in front of electric or gas-powered heating elements. Even though classical cooking theory categorizes spit cooking as roasting, these cookers are more closely related to broilers because the foods are cooked by the infrared heat of the elements. Although they are especially suitable for chicken and other poultry, rotisseries can be used to cook any meat that can be fastened to a spit. Both enclosed, oven-like, rotisseries and open or unclosed units are available. Small units hold about 8 chickens and size range all the way to very large models that can hold as many as 70 chickens. Because the heating elements are on the side, or sometimes above, the fats and juices don't drip into the flames as they do with grills. Drip pans catch juices, which can be used for basting or gravy making. Steam-jacketed kettles, or steam kettles, are sometimes thought of as stock pots that are heated not just on the sides as well. This comparison is only partly accurate, because steam kettles heat much more quickly and have more uniform and controllable heat than pots on the range. Steam cookers are ideal for cooking vegetables and many other foods rapidly and with minimum loss of nutrients and flavor. For this reason, they are becoming more common in both large and small kitchens. Grills are used for the same cooking operations as broilers, except the heat source is below the grid that holds the food rather than above it. Many people favor the taste of grilled foods, because of the charcoal taste that is actually created by smoke from meat fats that drip into the heat source. Although smoke from meat creates the taste that people associate with grilled foods, actual wood smoke flavors, such as hickory or mesquite smoke flavor, and can be added to foods if those woods are burned in the grill under the food. The dishwashers must be huge and capable of withstanding the huge volumes of utensils and cutlery cleaned each day. Fryers are required to make deep-fried snacks. They must be energy efficient. Use of automated frying systems as a part of industrial kitchen appliance is highly beneficial. These form an integral part of industrial kitchen appliances. They are used to cook food quickly, such as pieces of meat. A deep fryer has only one use, to cook foods in hot fat. Yet because of the popularity of fried foods, this function is an important one. Automatic deep fryers are powered by either gas or electricity and have thermostatic controls that maintain fat at preset temperatures. Automatic fryers remove food from the fat automatically after a present time. Pressure fryers are covered fry kettles that fry foods under pressure. Foods cook faster, even at a lower temperature. The tilting skillet, also known as the tilting brazier and tilting fry pan, is a versatile and efficient piece of equipment. It can be used as a griddle, fry pan, brazier, stew pot, stock pot, steamer, and bain-marie or steam table. The tilting skillet is a large, shallow, flat-bottomed pot. Or, to look at it another way, it is a griddle with 6-inch high sides and a cover. This skillet also has a tilting mechanism that enables liquids to be poured out of it. Power may be gas or electric. Clean the skillet immediately after each use, before food has time to dry on. add water, turn on the skillet to heat it, and scrub thoroughly. Storage. Food has to be stored in appropriate containers. Food boxes are available. Also, steam tables are required to hold pans and sliced onions, tomatoes and cheese. Professional cutlery, utensils. These include knives that are required for slicing and carving and blenders. Kitchen utensils have to be bought depending on the use. The metal and shapes of the utensils are important factors while choosing them as industrial kitchen appliance. Ovens, ranges and toasters. These are primarily used to bake and make pizzas. Depending on the use, choose the various models of microwave ovens. Microwave ovens used as an industrial kitchen appliance have a comprehensive range of cooking programs. There are various other ovens that helping in baking and roasting. Storage. Food has to be stored in appropriate containers. Food boxes are available. Also, steam tables are required to hold pans and sliced onions, tomatoes and cheese. Professional cutlery, utensils. These include knives that are required for slicing and carving and blenders. Kitchen utensils have to be bought depending on the use. The metal and shapes of the utensils are important factors while choosing them as industrial kitchen appliance. Ovens, ranges and toasters. These are primarily used to bake and make pizzas. Depending on the use, choose the various models of microwave ovens. Microwave ovens used as an industrial kitchen appliance have a comprehensive range of cooking programs. There are various other ovens that helping in baking and roasting. A bain-marie is a hot water bath. Containers of foods are set on a rack in a shallow container of water, which is heated by electricity, gas, or steam. The bain-marie is used more in the production area, while the steam table is used in the service area. Overhead infrared lamps are used in service areas to keep plated food warm before it is picked up by the service staff. They are also used for keeping large roasts warm. B. Cold food storage equipment. The quality of the food you serve depends to a great degree on refrigeration equipment. By keeping foods cold, usually below 40°F, the refrigerator, known in the trade as the cooler or the box, guards against spoilage and bacterial growth. Freezers are used to hold foods for longer times, or to store foods purchased in frozen form. Knives, hand tools and small equipments. Knives and their uses. French knives or chef's knife, most frequently used knife in the kitchen, for general purpose chopping, slicing, and dicing and so on. Blade is wide at the heel and tapers to a point. Blade length of 10 inches, 260 mm, is most popular for general work. Larger knives are for heavy cutting and chopping. Smaller blades are for more delicate work. This is your most important tool, so you must learn to handle it and care for it well. Utility or salad knife, narrow, pointed knife 6 to 8 inches, 160 to 200 mm, long. Used mostly for pantry work, cutting and preparing lettuce, fruits, and so on. Also useful for carving roast chicken and duck. Paring knife. Small pointed blade 2 to 4 inches, 50 to 100 mm, long. Used for trimming and paring vegetables and fruits. Boning knife. Thin, pointed blade about 6 inches, 160 mm, long. Used for boning raw meats and poultry. Stiff blades are used for heavier work. Flexible blades are used for lighter work and for filleting fish. Slicer, long, slender, flexible blade up to 14 inches, 360 mm, long. Used for carving and slicing cooked meats. serrated slicer like a slicer, but with serrated edge. Used for cutting breads, cakes, and similar items. Butcher knife, heavy, broad, slightly curved blade. Used for cutting, sectioning, and trimming raw meats in the butcher shop. Scimitar or steak knife, curved, pointed blade. Used for accurate cutting of steaks. Cleaver, very heavy, broad blade. Used for cutting through bones. Oyster knife, short, rigid, broad-bladed knife with a slight edge. Used for opening oysters. Knife, short, rigid, broad-bladed knife with a slight edge. Used for opening clams. Vegetable peeler, short tool with a slotted, swiveling blade. Used for peeling vegetables and fruits. Steel, not a knife, but an essential part of the knife kit. Used for truing and maintaining knife edges. Cutting board, this is an important partner to the knife. Hardwood boards are favored by many chefs. Hard rubber or plastic boards are thought to be more sanitary, but there is some evidence that bacteria survive longer on plastic and rubber than wood. Cutting boards must be kept very clean. Measuring devices. 1. Scales. Most recipe ingredients are measured by weight, so accurate scales are very important. Portion scales are used for measuring ingredients as well as for portioning products for service. 2. Volume measures used for liquids have lips for easy pouring. Sizes are pints, quarts, half gallons, and gallons. Each size is marked off into fourths by ridges on the sides. 3. Measuring cups are available in 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4 cup sizes. They can be used for both liquid and dry measures. 4. Measuring spoons are used for measuring very small volumes, 1 tablespoon, 1/2 teaspoon, and 1/4 teaspoon. They are used most often for spices and seasonings. 5. Ladles are used for measuring and portioning liquids. The size, in ounces, is stamped on the handle. 6. Scoops come in standard sizes and have a lever for mechanical release. They are used for portioning soft solid foods. The number of the scoop indicates the number of level scoopfuls per quart or liter. In actual use, a rounded scoopful is often more practical, so exact weights will vary. 7. Thermometers measure temperatures. There are many kinds for many purposes. A meat thermometer indicates internal temperature of meats. It is inserted before cooking and left in the product during cooking. An instant read thermometer will give readings within a few seconds of being inserted in a food product. It reads from 0°F to 220°F. Many chefs carry these in their jacket pockets like a pen, ready whenever needed. Instant read thermometers must not be left in meats during roasting, or they will be damaged. Fat thermometers and candy thermometers test temperatures of frying fats and sugar syrups. They read up to 400°F. Special thermometers are used to test the accuracy of oven, refrigerator, and freezer thermostats. Microwave ovens. Microwaves are a form of electromagnetic energy intermediate in frequency and wavelength between radio and infrared waves. When microwaves penetrate food, molecular activity or movement takes place with the heat and the food, creating the friction that heats the food internally. Microwaves pass through glass and non-metallic materials, so these materials are used to hold foods being cooked in a microwave oven. Microwave cooking has not replaced conventional cooking in food service operations because they do not allow the production of large volumes of food. When it is appropriately used, the unit can bring food from a refrigerated or frozen state to a serviceable hot state in a few minutes, thus allowing operations to prepare foods on order. Convectional ovens. A typical convectional oven is heated by a lower heat source and an overhead source as well in an enclosed chamber. Transfer of heat occurs both by convection of hot air moving in the chamber and conduction when pans or other equipment in it comes in contact with the hot surfaces. The deck oven is the most common. It consists of a stack of ovens built in decks or tiers, one on top of another. Mechanical ovens. The mechanical oven evolved from the conventional one. It has a mechanically moving interior that shifts food around to the different parts of the oven. One variety is the revolving tray or reel oven, which has trays that rotate in a circle around the oven, interior. Another variety uses a moving or traveling tray, which passes through a long oven. Different temperature ranges are possible within the long area traveled. Another type of mechanical oven is the conveyor oven. A moving belt or track carries an uncooked item through a tunnel containing heating elements and the item emerges from the oven as a finished product. Food passes through as many as 3 different temperature zones for preheating, cooking and finishing. This oven is geared toward high volume operation that has a peak demand. Mechanical ovens. The mechanical oven evolved from the conventional one. It has a mechanically moving interior that shifts food around to the different parts of the oven. One variety is the revolving tray or reel oven, which has trays that rotate in a circle around the oven, interior. Another variety uses a moving or traveling tray, which passes through a long oven. Different temperature ranges are possible within the long area traveled. Another type of mechanical oven is the conveyor oven. A moving belt or track carries an uncooked item through a tunnel containing heating elements and the item emerges from the oven as a finished product. Food passes through as many as 3 different temperature zones for preheating, cooking and finishing. This oven is geared toward high volume operation that has a peak demand. Processing equipments. A. Mixers. Vertical mixers are important and versatile tools for many kinds of food mixing and processing jobs, both in the bake shop and in the kitchen. B. Food cutter. The food cutter or food chopper, familiarly known as the buffalo chopper, is a common piece of equipment used for general chopping of foods. A variety of attachments make it a versatile tool. C. Slicer. The slicer is a valuable machine because it slices foods more evenly and uniformly than can be done by hand. D. Vertical cutter, mixer and food processor. The vertical cutter, mixer, VCM, is like a large, powerful, high-speed blender. It is used to chop and mix large quantities of foods very rapidly. It can also be used for pureeing soups, for example, and for mixing liquids. Sinks and faucets. Huge stainless steel sinks are required. Depending on the need, these sinks have to be chosen. Heavy-duty faucets are also part of industrial kitchen appliances. There are a few models that have the facility of dispensing liquid soap. Slicers and dicers. These are usually used in food preparation. One such use is to cut vegetables and fruits for salads. Industrial kitchen appliances require huge space and investment. Depending on the space and the budget, one can invest in these essential industrial kitchen appliances. Broilers. There are 5 different types of broilers available to the food service operator. They are Underfired overfired salamander cheese melter conveyor.